Well guys, as you know, Icon Tuesday, so got some sockets here we can take a look at. Here we have both of the 1/2 inch impact swivels from, of course, Icon. I mainly really just wanted the metric, which is item number 56730, but I figured if I'm going to do a review on these, I might as well pick up the standard as well and show some of the differences between these two sets. The metric MSRP is $140, whereas the standard MSRP is $150. So basically the SAE is 14 piece. That's why it's a little bit more versus the metric, which is a 13 piece. Now I will say up front that I did buy these when they had the 20% coupons here the other week. So of course I got 20% off of these. This one's a little bit banged up from, must be somebody dropped it. But anyhow, I figured, well, it's the only one they had on the shelf. 20% off, I guess I can deal with a little damage there. But nonetheless, as you can see, they come in a hard case. So that being said, let's get them out of the case and go from there. So here we are, guys, out of the cases. One thing to note on these hard plastic cases, you could put them back in, use this hard case as a little tray. This top piece actually comes off. So you can see now it's just a square little box that you could put these back into, you know, and then put that lid back on it, like if they were going in a service truck, something like that, just to keep everything together. But for me, the plan is put them in the shop toolbox, so I'm really not going to use these, but the option is there, you know, if you wanted to do that. That being said, if we take a look at the metric set, again, 13 piece from 12 all the way up to the 24. If we look at the standard set, we have 7/16 all the way up to 1 1/4 inches. One thing to note on the standard set, which I don't quite understand, is, as you can see here, you know, these are shallow, 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 and then this one is way more shallow than the 1 inch. I don't know why this 15/16 is so much more shallower than the 1 inch. It's just like, you know, this top row with the 7/8. So I don't know why we went from shallow to almost like a mid size. You know, if we look over at the metric, we're all shallow across the board. We're here, again, let me put these back in. Wrong one there. You can see consistency at the top, and then on the bottom, we go from that shallow to now they're deeper swivel sockets. So if you guys got any ideas on that, comment below. But I guess for me, it really doesn't matter too much. I've got a few older machines. If we move back to the metric, again, this is the main kit I wanted, but I thought we'd take a look at the SAE, get them side by side. The good thing about this kit is you have the 24 and the 22. So 24, at least for me, if I've got to work on that compact tractor, if I remember correctly from back in the day, if you go to pull the frame away from the transmission, there's some bolts that are actually in the frame that are really tricky to get to, and the only way that I could get to it is with a swivel like this I borrowed from one of the techs in the shop. So that's kind of the main reason I got this kit, is for that, and then of course other things that come up. But overall, I mean, they're oiled pretty well. Quality is all right. I mean, it's not the highest level, but it's of course pretty far from the bottom. You know, again, they're made in Taiwan, which is a province of China. You guys know. But now, alternatives to this, of course, is Sunex, Capri, new ones on the block, and Gear Wrench is where the ballpark this type of set would fall. Now, the only issue I have with those brands is going to be, yes, they're warranted, but maybe getting a replacement could take some time. I haven't dealt with them warranty-wise. I know some companies, you just take a picture, send it to them, and they ship you out a new one. But here, you know, if I fail one of these, I could run to the Harbor Freight, get another one, you know, be back working. Or there, of course, you're going to have to wait for that, or you're going to have to find an alternative to get the job done. So this falls price-wise kind of in the middle. Between Sunex, it's a little bit more, and Gear Wrench, which is your bottom budget one at, I believe, $105. I'll leave the link below to that. I mean, it looked like a nice kit. It came in a case. Definitely something to be nice for like a service truck. But you know, looking at those options, I ended up with the Icon for two reasons. One, because I can go down the road. Two, because I want a nice blow molded case for the toolbox in the shop. So if you were to buy this kit here, actually from Snap-on, MSRP would run you about $900. So just something to keep in mind there. Yeah, they might be a little bit higher quality. Yes, they're made in the USA, but that's quite a bit. Now, I do have some Snap-ons or older ones we can compare to these. So let me grab those and we'll take a look. So I've only got a few. Again, they're the older Snap-on ones with the ring. The newer ones actually don't have a ring. I don't have one of those. They're pretty much smooth on the side. And that's where, at the end of the day, some of you guys may need that set because the rings on these might get in the way. So let's just take a look here. What do I got? Here's the 15. So if we pull the 15 out here, you can see that the Icon is shorter, but if we look at the base, you can see the Snap-on is quite a bit shorter width-wise. So you're going to be able to definitely get this in a much tighter location than this Icon. Now, being 1/2 inch, I don't know how much that's actually going to happen, but it is possible, and it is one thing to note. I mean, maybe in a 15 you probably could get away with a 3/8, but you can definitely see the difference here size-wise of the width and, of course, the height. Another example, got a 1/2 inch, so we will grab the 1/2 inch out of the SAE kit, and then we will also grab the 13, because most of you know 13 is pretty close to 1/2 inch as well. And again, height-wise, the Snap-on's a little bit taller, but at the end of the day, the actual width there is quite a bit different. Last but not least, We have a 9/16, so same deal. So we'll go ahead and put this back. You know, a lot of times you can get away with, here is an old school snap-on swivel adapter. A lot of times you can get away with these, but case in point, on that compact tractor, the only way I could do it was with a socket like this. It was just enough where you put a socket on here and you could not get it in there. I had to be a low pro swivel like this to get in there to get that. I want to say 24, it might be a 22, but anyhow, guys, that's, I mean, pretty much it. Pretty straightforward. You know, you're looking at definitely a lot less cost versus a set from Snap-on or Mac or Matco. But just keep in mind, if the new ones are anything like those older ones I have there, size-wise, the width is a lot less, you know, on your higher-end swivel sockets. So, but hopefully this helps, and I will leave the link to the gear wrench set below in case you guys are looking for something like that. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Hopefully I catch you guys on the next one.